Here's a working service. Sign up, payments, a real dashboard. A year ago, that took a team and 6 months of development. Now, one person with the right tools can do it. That's vibe coding. You build a product without coding skills, just AI. This is the first video in the series on how to ship your own product from scratch. Today, you get the roadmap, what you actually need to ship. No theory for the sake of it. A step-by-step plan from a real project I built. I'm Eugene. I've been doing web development for over 20 years. I've launched over 100 projects for clients and for myself. Sold a few. Right now, I'm building OneShot, a PHP framework for SaaS development paired with AI. I'm filming the whole thing. You see it in real time. That's why I know what you need to understand from day one and what you can pick up along the way. Let's get into it. First, a quick check. Drop a number in the comments. If you have an idea but haven't started yet, write 1. If you've tried something but got stuck, write 2. If you're just exploring the idea of launching something, write 3. We'll check at the end. See where everyone landed. Vibe coding is simple. You describe the task. The AI writes the code. That's it. But you need 3 specific things. First, understand how an app is built. Second, know exactly what you want. Third, be able to explain it in text. That's it. Nothing else. The roadmap is built around those 3. Each step gives you one of them. Watch to the end. You'll know the order and why it works that way. At the end, you'll see the first result. Here's what it looks like in practice. Say I want to build a waitlist page for OneShot to collect contacts before launch. Every product starts here. Validate the interest first, then build. Before, you needed 3 things. Coding skills, so contacts actually get saved somewhere. Front-end knowledge, so the page works on mobile. And some sense of design. Each one takes years, minimum. Now I write one prompt. Create an HTML landing page for a startup. I'm building OneShot, a PHP framework for web apps and SaaS paired with AI. The page has a form, name, email, a button. After submit, it shows, thanks, we'll reach out when we launch. Minimal design, Tailwind CSS, Daisy UI, light background, centered layout, a simple admin panel, password protected, shows contacts, all in one file, index.php. A lot of that might sound unfamiliar. Tailwind CSS, JSON, index.php, that's fine. We'll cover it later. For now, look at this. I described exactly what I wanted. Page, form, database, admin panel. That's the whole task. You might want something different. Write your own prompt. The better you understand the details, the better the result. That's exactly what this series is for. I send it. While it runs, we move on. Result at the end. Subscribe while it generates. Now, let's go through all 8 steps. Drop a like now. If it's useless, then take it back later. Let's talk about what actually changes when you use this approach. Scenario 1, you have a subscription product idea, no team, no budget for developers. Vibe coding lets you build the MVP yourself. Test the idea before spending money on it. Scenario 2, automating your routine, invoices, data collection, reports. You're doing it manually every week. All of that can be automated. You get 20 to 40 hours back every month. Scenario 3, a custom tool for a specific need. An existing service gets you 80% of the way, but that last 20% is critical. Before, you'd hire developers. Now it's easier to build it yourself, but this approach has limits. Miss them, and you'll hit problems you didn't see coming. First thing, the AI writes exactly what you ask for. No more, no less. A vague prompt gets a vague result. That's not a bug. That's how it works. That's why this series focuses a lot on how to describe tasks well. Second, scaling. Code built with AI without understanding the architecture can struggle to grow. But this problem is rare. If you have 1,000 users paying a real price, you already have the budget to hire someone to fix it. Third, security. AI can write code that works but has holes. Someone could access another user's data, fake a request, bypass a payment. You need to know the basics. What to keep out of code. How to protect user data. What to check before going live. There's a full video on this. Without it, you shouldn't launch. And even with all these limits, this is genuinely faster than hiring developers or learning to code. Now, 2 myths that stop people from vibe coding. For no good reason. Myth 1. You can't build anything real this way. Here's the question. 1,000 users, $50 a month each. Is that real or not? For most people, that changes everything. Most big companies already use AI to write their code. Those who don't are already falling behind. Myth 2. It's all garbage code. Bad code gets written with AI and without it. Quality depends on whether you understand what you're building. And right now, AI already writes better code than most beginners and many mid-level developers, and it's getting better fast. That's why this series covers not just how to work with AI, but what a product is made of. Without that understanding, any tool gives you bad results. Now let's get to the actual roadmap. There are 8 steps, in this exact order. Each one builds on the previous. Step 1. How the internet works, and how to pick a language. When someone opens your site, the browser sends a request. The system finds a server with your code. The server runs it and sends back the result. You need to pick a language for your project. It's the tool that describes how your server works, what runs, what responds when users do something. This decision is made once before development starts. Changing it later means rewriting everything. Most people choose randomly. They hit a wall, and everything stops. Step 2. The dev environment. Set up your computer to see results locally, without uploading code to a server every time. VS Code is the tool we use. We cover how to give tasks to the AI and how to manage context. The quality of the code you get depends directly on this. The same request, worded differently, gets completely different results. Step 3. App architecture. What it's made of, what the parts are called, how they connect. This is how you talk to the AI. Without it, you can't explain tasks precisely. You can say, add authentication and get a template. Or you can say, add registration with email and password, store everything in the database, hash passwords with Bcrypt, and get working code for a real product. The difference between a demo project and a commercial one built with AI comes down to understanding the architecture. Step 4. API integrations. A modern product is 80% connected services, payments, AI models, messengers, external data. You don't build these from scratch. You connect existing APIs. To tell the AI what to connect, you need to understand how it works, what a request is, what a key is, what you do with the response. Without that, the task sounds like add payments, and you get code that doesn't work inside your actual project. Step 5. Users and authentication. Sign up, login, dashboard, access levels. Without this, you don't have a product, you have a demo. Everyone sees the same thing. Nobody pays for anything personal. Each user needs their own data, their own settings, their own plan. That's the foundation of any SaaS. Here's how it works, so you can give the right instructions and understand what gets generated. Step 6. Deployment and hosting. Without this, your product only exists on your computer. While it's on, it works. Turn it off. The site's gone. Here, we move the product to a server. Set up a domain. Make it run on its own, without you. We look at where to host, what it costs, and how to push updates after you make changes. Deployment is when a local project becomes real. After this step, your service is available to anyone, anywhere in the world. Step 7. Monetization and payments. If you want to earn from the product, not just show it, this is how you wire it up. Subscriptions, one-time payments, payment provider, access control tied to payment status. Pay and you get more. Stop paying and you lose access. All automatic, no manual management. This is what turns a tool into a business. Money comes in while you sleep. Step 8. Security. AI sometimes writes code that works but has vulnerabilities. Someone can access another user's data, fake a request, bypass a payment, what can't be stored in plain text, how to protect user data, what holes to check before going live. We cover all of this in this step. Without it, you shouldn't launch, not because it's theory, but because these are the things people break on purpose. Each step gets its own video. I show the real process on a live project. OneShot. By the end, you see the full path from nothing to a working product. Published videos are in the description. Now let's look at who this is actually for, and why it's not for everyone. If you want to launch a product solo without a team, this is now possible. One person can build a subscription product with real users and real revenue. If you're an entrepreneur, you have tasks you or your team do by hand every day. Automation is direct savings in time and money. If you're in marketing or product, you have the ideas. But you depend on developers who are always busy or say it's complicated. Here, you stop depending on them. You test new ideas fast. You made the right call starting this video and getting into this now. The tools get cheaper every month. The barrier drops. The earlier you start, the more you build, while it's still not obvious to everyone. At the start of the video, I sent a prompt and said we'd check at the end. Here's the result. We open a browser. Here's our coming soon page for OneShot. A form with a name and email field. Let's enter some test data. We submit, and it works. Contact saved. Now let's check the admin panel. Admin panel. Enter the password from settings. We see the contacts. Name, email, date. I didn't write a single line of code. One prompt, and the page is done. The form works. The database collects contacts. This is where it starts. Collect the waitlist. Validate the interest. Then build. And this is step 1. Next up, authentication, payments, deployment, the full path in order. If you want to do the same with your own project, I help with development, automation, and AI implementation. Link in the description. So we have 8 steps. Internet and language, dev environment, architecture, APIs, users, deployment, payments, security. Each step gets its own video, real process on a live project. The next video covers how the internet works and how to pick a programming language for your project. You choose it once before you start building. Links to published videos are in the description. One last thing, tell me in the comments what product you want to launch. One sentence. We'll figure out which steps make sense to start with for your specific case. See you!